to Knoxville, home of the Tennessee Volunteers, where the hymn of choice is good old Rocky Top, and they hope that by the end of this one, it's good on Rocky Top. There's nothing quite like a great rivalry matchup in college football. The bitterness, the intensity, the lifetime of memories that will come as a result of what we're about to see in this one. As we'll see a team coming off a crucial bye week, the Georgia Bulldogs, taking on another SEC rival, the Tennessee Volunteers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. He'll bring it out. It's Evans. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. So the Georgia Bulldogs offense will get the first crack at it here. These rivalry games can really get the blood pumping, and we'll see who can manage their emotions best early.
Everyone's been waiting for this game, right? You know, both of these teams have had this game circled all the way back to the beginning of the offseason, so you got to be able to play under control.
With passion, with energy, with hatred, because it's a rivalry game, but keep your emotions in check and making sure I'm controlling what I can control.
Really needed a play like that to get out of their own end. They move the chains. They mark it at the 29. This crowd, full throat, spreading the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. Shows him the stiff arm. They'll mark him down at the 40 after ripping off 10.
Well, it's an electrifying run. You think about the tradition of the running back position for the Bulldogs. Herschel Walker into his Heisman Trophy. No Sean Marino. And how about this? Todd Gurley, Nick Chubb, and Sony Michel all there at the same time. I bet this guy could have gotten to that rotation now because he's got those types of skills.
The Dogs have it with a 1st and 10. Gonna run it. It's Etienne. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5. Their performance in SEC play last year was forgettable. They love to make it memorable this time around.
I love when Reese uses like phrases like forgettable, which means it was awful, not very good, okay? So they're looking for a bounce back. They've been selling this program all offseason. They've been trying to bring in new additions. They've been trying to create some juice, Palmer. Now they got to go out and do it.
I think they realized, too, a year ago they weren't as talented as some of their opponents, but they also gave some games away. And they've got to be better in critical down and distances in big moments when they get into these SEC conference games this season.
He makes the connection. Good tackle there to stop him short of the 1st down, and now they have to make a call.
I mean, good news here, they get the completion. Bad news, though, not enough to pick up the 1st down. The target there, he's got to do a better job understanding where the 1st down marker is, make sure he gets the right depth on his route. Now, all of a sudden, head coach has a big decision.
And your decision to go for it on 4th down has a lot to do with your kicker. How strong is his leg? Some of these guys nowadays, they can boot the ball 50, 60 yards, no problem. Do I believe in him or do I go for it? And they believed in their offense, they went for it, and they got the 1st down.
Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. And he'll be taken down, but he does have enough for the 1st down.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap motion and timing.
Stopped after making the catch. Sometimes people say, if you're good enough, what's the big deal about going on the road? But if you're not careful, you might find out in a spot like this one, guys.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is a hostile environment, and you know you're going to be getting the opponent's A game for this one. They've circled this one all offseason, so they better be ready to bring it today.
And the hardest thing to do in college football is to go on the road. Everything about it changes. And you want to shut this crowd up early. You don't want to give them belief, because if it starts to build throughout the game, look out.
They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's first and goal from the 7.
This offense knew coming into this one, guys, how important it was to start early. And on this opening drive for them, they're doing a nice job running the football there on 3rd down. They're in a position on the field now. If you're on defense, you got to be ready for a shot throw into the end zone.
This offense trying to quieten the crowd on 1st and goal, and they are not cooperating. Little touch pass to the receiver. A strong tackle and wrap-up from the junior.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch.
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Dogs!
I think what you love about that opening drive for the offense is the balance. They were able to throw the football to set themselves up into position, and then he carries it in for the TD. You got to be able to keep defenses on their heels, and they did a nice job of that on this opening drive.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. Precise, relentless execution on that 13-play scoring drive. And they punctuated it with a 5-yard touchdown run. The kickoff team out there set to boot it away. On the move from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Volunteers offense will try to get something started with their first possession. You know, yards figure to be hard to come by through the air, but some quarterbacks, Jesse, just love to go at the star corner.
Yeah, and this guy's got confidence. He's not afraid to go at anybody, but he better be careful because this cornerback is one of the best in the nation.
One of the best, no doubt. And I think they will trust him on defense to make plays. So you got to make a decision. Is my guy good enough to beat him on the outside? I am fascinated by this matchup.
Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down. Back to pass, it's Castellanos. Quickly to the tight end. And they'll shove him out of bounds after the short gain. And the Volunteers come to the line in the hurry-up. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Looking to the big tight end. Pulls it in. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a 1st down at the 38. The Volunteers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. The freshman able to get home with the sack.
Play-action pass success has a lot to do with selling that fake. You could tell defense was not buying it, got in the backfield, got the big play.
Second down now after the sack. He's looking to throw. Safe completion on the screen. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the 1st down. Coming to the line of scrimmage on 3rd down. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Get it out on the screen. They get him on the ground, and with that, we'll head to the 2nd quarter. Well, guys, it's Georgia holding the lead at the end of the quarter. We've put one in the books. Let's have a look at our game summary. They've swapped into the field, and we're ready to go in the 2nd. And the Vols will call on their punt team. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. Sends his first one of the day on its way, and that matches the number of appearances he had in that win last week. They'll get him down at the 21-yard line. The coverage team able to stop him right there. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again.
Yeah, so I don't expect this offense to change too much, Reese. They had a great drive. They got the touchdown, everything working. I would expect them to keep pushing this ball downhill.
And just imagine if they...
And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10. If they have any intention of getting this drive going, they better come up with something on 2nd and long from the 10. Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. From the gun, wants to pass. Snagged in the middle. It's Humphries. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. Georgia sends out the punt team. He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop. Okay, so here comes the offense returning to the field. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this running game.
And how easy does football become if you're the more physical team? If you can threaten the run and then run play action, it opens up the whole offense at your disposal.
Out of the gun, the inside give. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Fires to the middle. And that's a mistake you don't expect to see from a senior, and he is lucky to get it back.
As a quarterback, this is going to be a very tough game. You're going up against one of the top 20 units in the entire country. They know who your primary target is. They're going to be keying on him just like they did that last time, forcing the incompletion.
And the punt team able to swing him to the ground. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
Last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot. And you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable, that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
That's a nice pickup to give them some breathing room, and they've got it out to the 27. The Dogs have had a long history of scrappy and efficient quarterbacks. Add a little star power to it, and you've got something working.
You definitely get a little extra something. We see it all across college football. You find that dude at the quarterback spot, it takes you from good to great. And you've seen that with Georgia over the last several seasons.
Well, I love the aggressive nature of the defense on that play. Everybody playing with eye discipline. They saw the pre-snap motion. They knew who had the football. And you saw guys play with excellent instinct, running downhill and making a tackle.
It's complete to the right. And that defense doesn't allow a cutback, and they get him out of bounds after a short gain. Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on 3rd down. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's 1st down.
It's so hard for a defense to have to stop plays like that because it really forces you to play with great eye discipline. You see the pre-snap motion. Defense doesn't know if he's just running across the field and is going to run a route, if he's going to block, or if he has the football. that time, he was able to outflank.
Ball's out. And this fumble bounces out of bounds. And you could just feel a collective sigh of relief when that ball rolled out of bounds.
Yeah, that defense, they looked excited. You see all those bodies trying to run over, jump on that football? That offense is very lucky that thing trickled out of bounds.
Georgia ready to dial it up on another first down. Pulls and throws off the RPO. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. We anticipate this one being much tighter than the last time these two met when it was a blowout, David.
And here's the thing. You've got an opportunity right now. You've got the football early in this game to show you. This is going to be more of the same, Palmer.
Well, we talked to both coaching staffs and players, and they're all very aware of what happened the last time these two teams played. So expect everybody's A game today. Reese, you're right. We expect this one to be a lot tighter.
They'll wrestle it down just short of the first down. I don't even think they're going to bring out the chains to measure this one. Ball at the 31, third and short coming. Defense trying to rise up. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. They were all over him. Nowhere to go as that third down play turned into a disaster.
Third and short. I don't mind the play call. Running the RPO, giving the quarterback the option. Could he have pulled it and maybe made that decision a little bit different? He decided to give it to the running back. The defense was ready. Got the big stop. Forces the fourth down.
Would have been a makeable 49-yard field goal attempt, but they'd rather try to keep the ball and move it on fourth and short. Quarterback now breaking the field. Grab near the sticks. It's Bell. He steps out of bounds, but it will be enough for a first down.
Wow, and that was just a bang-bang play. On that fourth down, the coverage was tight. QB had his receiver. He knew where he wanted to go with it, but the only way that ball gets completed is if he puts a little extra mustard on it, and he shows you the arm talent on the throw.
They'll throw it on first down. They're bringing heat. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
Quarterback checking the play. On second down, he'll try to make the connection. Unloads to the right. And that pass will be jarred loose on second down. That brings up third down.
Hey, man, if you're going to force incompletions when the QB's throwing to the tight end, you better be physical. Nice job with the hit, forcing that incompletion.
His drive was clicking along, but after a couple of misfires, threatening to stall out on 3rd and 10. From the gun, wants to pass. It's caught downfield. The tackle is made, but he's got it first and goal from the 6. The offense will stop the clock and use one of its timeouts. Georgia heads to the line with a first and goal. Wide receiver shows motion. Touch pass on the jet sweep. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's stepping outside, David. It puts the defense in such a good spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Bulldogs!
And the running back gets his second rushing touchdown of the game. You want to continue to feed this guy. You could tell he's got a nose for the end zone, knows how to get in there, knows how to make things happen.
Getting set for the point after. And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. That is what they mean when they say ball control, a 14-play touchdown drive. And finish the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. They'll use a timeout right before halftime, maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Got 8 on first down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. Dropping back, it's Castellanos. Throws to the wideout. Pass falls incomplete, and there are still 3 seconds left. 1 more snap coming before halftime.
Listen, end of the first half, that's exactly what you want to do. You don't care about the incompletion. You're chucking that thing up.
He hurls one deep down the left side. Pass is incomplete, and half comes to a close on that play. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Thanks so much, guys, and I need not tell you, rivalry games always bring out a ton of emotion, and no surprise, we saw just that in the first half today. And I get it. A lot of coaches will say the difference between winning and losing comes down to stopping big plays and getting big plays. But if you ask me, it's more about how good you are on third down and how efficient you are in keeping drives alive. Those 2 stats can help you break the will of even the best defenses and help you come out on top.
Georgia will kick it deep to start the second half. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. Down 2 possessions to start this third quarter. They'd love to build some early momentum.
You ain't lying, because you only got...
And the quarterback bought some time, but not enough. Down he goes with the sack. It's no surprise at all to find a Georgia defensive lineman wreaking havoc in the backfield.
Nah, find those big, physical, aggressive dudes that can be physical enough to play the run in the SEC and then pin your ears back and go get quarterbacks. Georgia does that and finds those guys really, really often.
Didn't make it any easier on themselves on first down. Now 2nd and long from the 21. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And yeah, that's kind of surprising. We talked about this before the game. One of the big matchups. Run the football against a defense that's been susceptible against the run throughout the season. But this offense just can't find a way to get it going. And I'm surprised, but now what's your counterpunch? How are you going to get the ground game going? Because so far, not a lot of success.
And you got to wonder if this offense is going to go for it here. They're trailing now by a lot. I know there's a lot of football still to go, and I know they're on their own end of the field, but just kind of get the feeling their defense hasn't gotten a ton of stops. They may need to stay out there, and they're going to need this quarterback to make a play.
That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. And David, how they would love to stick it in the end zone one more time after that last drive.
And once you get the defense on their heels and you back them off a little bit, you get in a little bit of rhythm, it's really hard to stop, Jesse, and they're going to try to do it again right here.
And if you're this play caller, you're loving what's happening right now because everything you dialed up on that last drive ended up working out. You're just looking at your play sheet. Everything you're picking is working. Let's see if they can pull it off again here.
Direct snap. Brought down at the 38. It's a pickup of 10 and a first down.
And that is just an attitude run, running it right up the middle, right into the teeth of that defense.
Now the quarterback changing the original play call. He's looking to throw it. Pocket starts to collapse. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
Well, this defense felt coming into the game that if he was going to try to throw from the pocket, they could get to him and affect his accuracy, and they did on that last play. Touch pass on the run.
And he's knocked down, but there's also a flag that's been dropped. Let's check on the call.
Hold it. Offense.
Holding penalties, the ultimate drive killer. We'll see if it costs this offense here. Line getting set on second down. He's looking to throw. Lets it fly. Got him downfield. They are finding soft spots in this defense. He's got it down to the 25. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. This Georgia offense moving quickly down the field. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. Able to make the tackle, but not before he gets 5 yards down to the 21.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Quick pass on the jet motion. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Yeah, and way to be creative, way to get the ball in the perimeter really quickly, get some speed outside. All you got to do is secure that edge, and you're just trying to get that first down. Nice job. Nice play call by the offense.
The crowd getting behind this defense as they try to get a stop in the red zone. Looking to go up top on first down. Pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23.
And that is a huge play for the defense. Offense has it in your red zone. You're trying to knock them out of field goal range. The only way you do that is by creating negative plays, and they get the sack.
On second down, just keeps firing. Caught over the middle. It's Thomas. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. That big pickup on what they call the drag route, but if you hit it on time, you can hit the turbo booster.
And you've got to be accurate on the throw, too, Reese. Nice job by the QB there, putting it out in front of his receiver to make an easy catch and then advance it.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18. Looks as if they'll send out the field goal unit. And it's right down the boulevard. And now the lead is even bigger. They keep pushing that lead out, and the kickoff team's getting some work. And no chance at a return. Here they'll start this drive at their own 25. The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. Trailing now by 17, David. This is an opportunity that they need to answer.
And down by 17, it's not panic mode yet. Like, I know we just gave up some points, and our defense hasn't played great. I think this offense can still be who they are and stay consistent.
No doubt, lots of football to go, but you do get the feeling this is the time of game where, you know, it could get bad. If you don't score and all of a sudden they get the ball back, they take it down the field and put some points up, this thing might be over. So absolutely, this quarterback, he wants to drive this offense down the field and at least put something on the board.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. He lets it fly. And he's got it inside the 10. Touchdown, Tennessee. And once he found some daylight, it was time to make a house call. That was a lightning-fast drive that ends with a touchdown.
If you can string a few more drives like that together, man, we might as well get our popcorn out because we're going to get a lot of scoring.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Dynamite matchup this week, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Is Colorado ready for prime time or what? Ralphie and company are running away with this one right now. They're up by 28 over North Texas. basis. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business. Gentlemen.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. They'll throw it on first down. Getting some heat. The sweet feet keeping the play alive. The sure hands, it's Evans. Put it right on him. Sweet play, good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the first down.
That's an absolute strike right there. Giving me some Stetson Bennett vibes, some Aaron Murray vibes, even Matthew Stafford with the arm talent on that throw. I'll tell you, they can attack any spot of the field in the passing game because of this guy's talent.
Say what, that was a lightning fast decision. You could tell he knew what he wanted to do right away. Makes the decision, but maybe his footwork wasn't a little bit good, and the pass wasn't where he wanted to put that thing. I know that.
Finding a way to put that foot in the ground and get it up to the 37-yard line. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. On third and short, they'll try to pick it up with the pass. Trying to make magic with his feet. He steps out of bounds, but he's got a first down on the play. And talk about spreading the ball around. Everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the fourth. They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. The pull and throw off the RPO. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there. This offense has a second down play. He's looking to throw. He finds his man. Dragged down at the 43, but it's a pickup of 10 on that one. They showed great trust in their quarterback right there, and why not? He's had an outstanding game.
An outstanding game, has taken care of the football. Now late in the game, you got the lead. That first down now tells me now it's time to start running the football, run the clock, get out of here with the dub.
It's complete to the left. He makes the stop at the 33, but 10 yards on that play and a first down. Georgia coming out with a fresh set of downs. They've got the screen set up, and this one will be stopped for no gain.
You got to be careful on offense when you're dialing up the screens. You want to do them on obvious passing situations. When you're anticipating the DNs really racing up the field, they didn't have it set up that time.
Motion by the back forces the defense to adjust. Looking to throw on second down. Just flying through the air like a superhero to make the grab.
I love an offense that wants to stay aggressive. Even when you've got the lead late in a game like this, right, you still try to find your playmakers and get them the ball in space, and that is exactly what this offense is doing.
He's going to pass. And here's the pick, and oh, did they need that right now. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
Look, big-time playmakers make big plays in big games. That guy needed to make that interception at this critical juncture of the game. There's still time for them to go out and win it. Could that be the play that sparks this team?
Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Finds the tight end. And he laid the lumber to stop him from getting the first down. The Vols in the hurry-up.
Well, they've got a ways to go if they're going to win this game. It's all about getting the drive started. They come away with a positive play to get this thing going. Let's see what they can do now.
Fires to the wideout. It's caught. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch.
I'll tell you, you cannot count this team out because of who's playing quarterback. When this guy's in the game, it's never over. Yeah, they're trailing here in the fourth quarter, but this dude can put up points quickly.
Wide receivers all over the place. Trips to the left on 2nd and 7. Dropping back, it's Castellanos. They're working that left side. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. We hit the 2-minute warning, and this offense is desperate to make something happen and do it in a hurry. He'll just keep slinging it. They're trying to get to him. That one falls out of bounds, incomplete.
And I understand the logic by the offense here. Obviously, you're down in this game. You're trying to claw back into it. Why not take a shot? Why not be aggressive in that time? They just can't come up with a completion.
Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on 4th down. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on down.
And that just about does it. That about puts this thing to bed. The offense, listen, they had to go for it, but now defense, this is the situation where you say, I'm just going to eat clock, up by several possessions, eat clock, get out of here with a W.
They'll get this drive started from their own 45-yard line. Comes out throwing on 1st down. He'll off one deep down the left side. And it falls incomplete. But it could have been much, much worse as the defender was right there.
This defense is heating up. They got an interception in the last possession. You can tell breaking on the football really, really well. Seeing where the quarterback's throwing it, going and try to get it. Got another hand on it. Almost had another interception.
On 2nd down, he'll let it fly. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
Yeah, and you use these running backs so much in the passing game now, and you expect them to make those plays for you, to make those big explosive plays out of the backfield. Just got to make sure he concentrates and see that ball come in.
Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. And he bats it away. It falls incomplete.
And that is a frustrating possession for this offense. You wanted to run the football, maybe take some time. You did the opposite. Got in a bad situation, threw the football, stopped the clock. Not how you manage a game late in the 4th quarter.
They already have a comfortable lead up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Fires deep on the run. Complete downfield. Turns out to be an easy conversion for this offense as they move the chains on 4th down.
That's a great example of the receiver knowing exactly where the 1st down marker is. He got the depth he needed to get, so once he was able to make the catch, he already knew he had it, and now a fresh set of downs.
Going up top on 1st down. Throws toward the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Georgia. With that, the lead nice and comfortable, and they're cruising toward a 4-0 start.
And, you know, late in the games, offenses sometimes get conservative when they got the lead and they got the ball. I love this offense. They were aggressive. They got another score added to the lead. Now you're trying to salt this game away.
And that extra point is a big one as they now have a 3-possession, 17-point lead in the 4th. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. Here he comes with the return. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. The deficit is large, hope is fainting, but they'll try to finish strong.
They made a lot of mistakes in this game, and that's why it looks like they're going to take the L. Lots of things to improve on, lots of things to coach upon, and at this point, I think if you're a head coach, David, you're just trying to see which of your guys aren't quitting late in the game.
Yeah, which is a real thing, by the way. Who's going to compete to the final whistle? What do we talk about all the time? Coaches are always preaching to these guys. Don't worry about the scoreboard. Just compete as hard as you can. So, good opportunity to try to finish this game with something positive.
Well, a lot of things haven't gone right for him. You saw an incompletion right there. It's been offense, it's been defense. They just haven't been able to click and get into a rhythm here. And now they're playing catch-up, and you know they're going to be throwing at each and every play here in the fourth quarter.
Got it in the middle with Sampson. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup. Now they've got to hustle to the line and get set. On third down, he drops the throw. Unleashes it. Connection to the right. And he'll ramble to the 34 before he's finally knocked down. Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have one remaining in the half. Wants to throw on first down. Unloads to the wideout. Got his man. Wrestled to the ground after picking up the first down. And the Volunteers are in the hurry-up. And they'll get to the line and spike it to stop the clock.
It's now second down.
Four wide out set, two on either side on 2nd and 10. To the air, it's Castellanos. Makes the grab on the left. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening. They immediately call timeout, trying to preserve every second they can to try to rally here late. The Volunteers will try to punch it in on 1st and goal. They want to throw it. Feeling some heat. And he'll chuck it into the cheap seats there and save the down. Nobody getting open there. Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? He's looking to throw. Extending the play. Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4. And they'll come to the line trying to take a slice out of this lead on 3rd and goal.
The attempt through the air is incomplete. It's now 4th down and goal.
A field goal really doesn't do much for you in this situation, so they'll go for it on 4th and goal. Looking to throw. He's got it in the end zone! Touchdown, Volunteers!
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was, we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
He'll try to tack on one more. And the extra point is good, but they're still down 24-14. An 84-yard drive there, and they cap the drive with a 4-yard touchdown pass. Time is against them, still down by 2 scores, but they'll line up for the onside kick. And in that scramble, they're going to come out of there with the football, and they get the onside kick and take possession right back. One more play to pad the stats. To the air on 1st down. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. And that pass is incomplete. They were going for the consolation touchdown, but to no avail, and that's going to do it for this one. No matter how much college football changes, realignment, all of that kind of stuff, rivalries are consistent, and winning rivalry games, well, that's just the best.
Because they hate each other so much. So you take the field against your rival, you're able to put forth a performance like that. That is worth its weight in gold, David. Unbelievable effort here by the winning team, and bragging rights now for them.
Bragging rights for a while. It's a fun thing to be able to accomplish. Now we also got to take in the next couple games, because this is always, there's a letdown that naturally happens after these big rivalry wins. We feel like our chest is poked out. We got to look on to the next game, focus in on this next one.
So that's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis saying so long. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.